Welcome to the Chicken Bone News Network, where you will hear all the breaking news.
What's a Southern stereotype that hurts your feelings?
White trash trailer park, barefoot, pregnant.
What's wrong with being barefoot and pregnant?
If you identify with that, I have no problem.
Random things in my white trash house that just don't make no fucking sense. I got soft spots all over my floor. Here's another one. I got holes all over my bathroom wall. That one, I don't know where it came from. This one, I punched. My bedroom door, don't shut. I have this thing. Well, it pulls right out. I am too cheap to go get blinds, so I use blankets. Exhibit C. I actually own this dishwasher, but it's screwed shut. These cabinets won't shut. My ceiling sags and my roof leaks. This is my pool from last summer that I never put away for the winter, and I've just been using it to kill my grass because my mower's broke.
I don't know what's going on down here, but in my experience, poor white people love, and I mean they fucking love, heroin. They can't seem to get enough of it. I didn't even know what I was looking at first. I was just driving like, why are all these white people so sleepy out here? It's really bad. As a matter of fact, I was coming out of a nightclub the other night in Dayton, and I'd parked my car in the alley, and no one was out there. There had no bodyguards or nothing. I was home. I figured everything was fine. And as soon as I opened my car door, all by myself, suddenly one of these heroin-addicted whites just pops out of the trash can. And then I realized it was a woman. She was fucked up. She said, hey, man, relax, okay? I'm sick, all right? I need some drugs, man. Please, I'll suck your dick for $5, man. I was like, ugh. 2.
You get to see the true America. The stipulation has always been that black people are lazy, that black people are on welfare. Well, guess what? A lot of poor white people in the red states are now crying that they're not getting the E.B.T money from the E.B.T cards. Why? Because they're on welfare. They have 7 and 8 kids. Now the truth is coming out since Trump has slashed funding for the E.B.T and the SNAP programs. You see how many white people now are on welfare. So all this mythical stuff about black people being on welfare, oh, it's the blacks, it's the blacks, it's the blacks. Now you're seeing the real America, that it's not only black people on welfare, that there are a lot of white people on welfare also. There are a lot of white people, a lot of poor people living in those red states, and those red states that voted for Trump are now getting hit hard.
I know the game now. I know that rich white people call poor white people trash. And the only reason I know that is because I made so much money last year. The rich whites told me they say it at a cocktail party. And I'm not with that shit. And I stood with them in line like all of us Americans are required to do in a democracy. Nobody skips the line to vote. And I listened to them. I listened to them say naive, poor white people things. Man, Donald Trump's gonna go to Washington and he's gonna fight for us. I'm standing there thinking to my mind, you dumb motherfucker. You are poor. He's fighting for me. And they all looked at me. They could tell who I was voting for just as easily as I could tell who they were voting for. But do you guys know what we all had in common? Not a single one of us looked like we felt good about what we had to do in that booth. We were just doing our goddamn duty.
Want to talk about white privilege? I was born dirt poor. Roaches in our food, mattresses on the floor, eviction notices taped to the doors, kind of poor. My parents, their side hustle was beating me and my siblings bloody. I missed more meals than I can count. When we did eat, it was ramen, canned foods, or whatever we could steal from the gas station. There were 8 of us kids. Don't come at me like I grew up in some quiet backwoods town either. We weren't hearing deer rifles. We were hearing 9mm and Glocks on a nightly basis. Not because we were hunting, because we were dodging stray bullets in the inner city. I had a baby as a teenager, thought maybe I could break the cycle, went to college, flunked out quick. Life was swinging before I even had a chance to plant my feet. Then the military came knocking, promised me structure, a future, and a way out. What I got? Another flavor of hell. Straight out of basic, they shipped me to Afghanistan. 19 years old, couldn't buy a beer back home, but I could carry a rifle, kick indoors, and watch friends die in pieces. I came home to a wife who had cheated on me while I deployed, ended in divorce, missed my baby's first steps, first words, first everything. I got the title Dad, but only for 2 days every other week when the courts allowed me. So I drank. I numbed it out. I drowned it in alcohol and women. Hopped from job to job, security, government contracts, even worked with the feds for a minute. But it all fell apart. I ended up homeless, ashamed, alone, and broken. Now, I've been sober for 4 years, been through more therapy than most folks can stomach, read hundreds of books, and here's what I figured out. As bad as I have had it, if I was black, I probably wouldn't have survived it. That ain't an opinion, that's truth. Black Americans make up 13% of the population, but 38% of the prison population. 1 in 3 black boys born today, they're expected to end up behind bars. That ain't by accident. That is policy. That's centuries of systemic racism passed off as justice. The 13th Amendment did not abolish slavery, it rebranded it. It says slavery is legal as punishment for a crime. That's why we got corporations making billions off of prison labor while folks inside earn cents an hour if they're lucky. That clause was written to target black Americans, and it's still doing exactly that. Now I run an organization called West Virginia Fights Back. We feed people, we take care of people. No strings, no red tape, no begging for scraps. We take care of our own because the government won't. My dream? A Fights Back chapter in every damn state. Abolish the prison industrial complex. Burn the cage down. Build something real in its place. Fred Hampton said, you can jail a revolutionary, but you cannot jail the revolution. This is not about shame. This is about responsibility. If you've had the privilege of not being targeted by the system, you've got the duty to help tear it down.
First, the face of poverty in reality looks very different than some people's perception.
Well, let me put a finer point on it. They think poverty is black and Latino and Hispanic people in this country, but poverty also includes a lot of white people in America.
No, Russell, it does not matter. I do not care how poor you were growing up in the South as a white person. I don't care if you guys had to sell your last banjo to buy cornmeal to make hush puppies. It does not matter. I'm not poor. I did not grow up poor. I'm currently not poor. I don't know what that has to do with me. We're not the same because we didn't have the same experiences. And no matter how poor you were still poor and white, right? You can understand classism perfectly. You don't understand how racism works. Why do you guys think you can equate two things? Like, you don't know what's going on. Just shut up. That would be like me trying to talk to other black people and say, I know all of their situations because we're both black. Like, I cannot talk to other people about overcoming poverty or about being a first generation college grad because that's not my experience. I don't know what any of those things are like because I've not lived them. And guess what? When they talk about them, I just shut up and listen because I have enough self-awareness to know that just because people might be in a similar situation or the world tells them that they're in a similar situation, it's not the fucking same. It's not the same. Can a poor white man from the South not relate to me, a middle-class black woman from the North? No.
This is a white-only town. White supremacists, to be specific. We said we making a...
Man, we heard you. Nobody will live with y'all dirty ass, no way. Keep y'all ass over there. Damn.
Well, hold on. Why y'all don't care?
Man, take your ass over there and go on, leave us alone. Shit, this what we been wanting.
Well, what's wrong with us? Why nobody want to live with us? Well, this ain't no fun if y'all don't care about living.
Hell no, we don't care. We been wanting y'all ugly ass to go over there and live by yourself. Leave us the fuck alone.
I'm confused. Well, who we gonna blame when the shit don't work out. This ain't no damn fun. The hell? Well, I guess we can start accepting some folk. Well, I think we can open up a couple spots for you. We're not gonna pay you a fair wage, but you're more than welcome. I don't like this.
Welcome everybody to our first meeting of our newly established Whites Only town. Thank y'all for being here. First order of business, we need to pick a name. Do I have any ideas? Yes. Whitopia. I don't like it, that's stupid. Any other ideas? Yes. Imbredia. That just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Imbredia. I like it. All in favor. Imbredia it is. Thank you. Okay, next thing we need to discuss is, since it is only us whites, we have to decide who we're going to blame when everything goes wrong for us. Any ideas? Yes. Joe Biden. Always a great choice. However, I am looking for someone within the Imbredia community. Yes. Bill. Is Bill that fellow with just that one tooth? I like that. I think Bill would be a good choice. Everyone in favor? Excellent, Bill, it shall be. Oh, Bill, sit your gummy ass mouth down. You're going to be the reason for all our problems. All right, how about some laws within Imbredia? Anybody? Yes. Marrying cousins. I don't know why you would even ask that. Of course you can marry your cousins. Many of those who will be joining us already have cousin wives and cousin husbands. Okay, I think that about wraps it up for me today. I'm pretty tired and I need a cigarette. Next time we will continue discussing what laws we will establish in our great Imbredia. Thank y'all so much.